Welcome back to Geeky Philosopher, where we turn the world's most powerful books into timeless insights that sharpen your mind and improve your life. Today, we're diving into one of the most profound and soul-stirring books ever written, Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. This isn't just a book, it's a message from a man who survived the unspeakable horror of Nazi concentration camps and emerged with a message that changed psychology, spirituality, and personal growth forever. Let's unpack the core ideas that can shift how you see suffering, resilience, and purpose, starting now. Frankl wasn't just a psychiatrist, he was a Holocaust survivor. His entire family was taken to concentration camps. He lost his wife, his parents, and nearly everything else. But what he didn't lose was his ability to choose his mindset. Inside the barbed wires of Auschwitz, where death was routine and hope a luxury, Frankl discovered something remarkable. Everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances. This became the heart of his philosophy. We may not control our suffering, but we always control our response. Frankl developed a powerful school of thought called Logotherapy, which means, therapy through meaning. Unlike Freud, who emphasized pleasure, and Adler, who emphasized power, Frankl believed the primary motivation in life is the will to meaning. And here's the key: even in the face of suffering, loss, or trauma, if a person can find meaning, they can endure almost anything. Frankl wrote, "Those who have a why to live can bear with almost any how." This is the secret of survival. And not just physical survival, but spiritual survival too. So where can we find this meaning? Frankl identified three key paths. First, through work or creation, something you bring into the world. So, meaning can be found, through love, by truly experiencing another human being or caring deeply for them. And, meaning can also be discovered through suffering, by finding some kind of redemptive purpose, even in the midst of pain. For example, many prisoners survived camp life by imagining being reunited with their loved ones, or by dedicating themselves to finishing a scientific idea or a book. Meaning didn't, eliminate suffering, but it definitely made it bearable. Frankl warned of a modern problem he called the existential vacuum, a feeling of emptiness that comes from a lack of purpose. He noticed that in modern societies, people often feel aimless. They might chase comfort, entertainment, or shallow pleasures, but in the end they wind up feeling anxious and depressed. When we lack a why, we fill the void with addiction, violence, or, despair. Frankl's cure? Reconnect with something greater than yourself. Life is never made unbearable by circumstances, but only by lack of meaning and purpose. A surprising theme in Frankl's book is responsibility. He believed true freedom isn't about doing whatever we want, it's about taking ownership of our lives. He even joked that America should have a statue of responsibility on the West Coast to balance the Statue of Liberty in the East. Meaning, he says, arises when we take responsibility for our own suffering, not to blame ourselves but to respond with purpose. One of the most moving parts of the book is Frankl's story of how prisoners found meaning even in hell. Some comforted others, gave away their last piece of bread, or whispered words of courage. These people proved that even in Auschwitz, the human soul could shine. Frankl also noticed that those who lost all hope, who thought life no longer had meaning, often died more quickly. Hope, then, is not a luxury. It's survival fuel. So, how can we use Frankl's lessons? When you suffer, ask what life is asking of you in this moment. When you feel lost, look for responsibility, not escape. When you're anxious, remember that meaning is stronger than fear. Frankl urges us to live as if each moment matters, because it does. If you found this journey into Viktor Frankl's wisdom powerful, share it with someone who needs strength today. And if you're hungry for more life-changing insights like this, subscribe to Geeky Philosopher, where we help you think deeper, live wiser, and grow stronger. Thanks for watching.